Hi again. I am Fathom, the founder of Other Fiber Creations, and today is our month 3 business check-in, which is wild to think about that I've been in business with an official license for 3 months already. So, this one is probably going to be a little bit shorter. I don't have as much to update on. But I also am known to ramble, so we'll see exactly where we go with this. So, off the bat, the first thing that probably interests people is how many sales I made. And the answer is, on Etsy, I made none, which doesn't surprise me that much. I am aware there's a lot more I could be doing to advertise the fact my Etsy exists and build a following online. I know I post to YouTube, but I've been having trouble with doing that plus other things. Life has been hectic and busy, and I'd love to go back to posting on TikTok as much as I've come to kind of dislike the app. I'd also love to hopefully eventually either stream on YouTube or stream on Twitch. I think that would be the ideal for me. I am best with long form content. I have a lot to say at any given time, and having to condense it down into short form content burnt out a lot of my creativity. I enjoyed making the stuff, but it felt so detached from what I was making. So, being able to switch back would be nice. But the one sale I did make, it was not on Etsy, it was a commission sale. I got commissioned originally for one thing, which was not a crochet thing. We talked about it, and they're like, actually, can you make me this crochet thing instead? Same cost. And I was like, I can do that. So you'll probably see a video of me making this crochet rubber duck. My boyfriend is the one who commissioned me, which I know it's like why don't you just make it for him? But we've made a point that I'll make him gifts, but if there is something specific he wants from me, he needs to ask and pay for it in order to kind of respect my art and my business, which I appreciate that we do. So, I made about $33.95. I have a Found account, Found being a business bank account, which I have now, which is really nice. It separates taxes when you say something is income coming in. So it separated the tax for me, so that if I make enough to be taxed on, they'll just have it aside for me to pay with. So, I made about $33.95 on it. I already have the materials. We talked about it. He does not need me to go buy new materials, which is nice. I am feeling pretty good about that fact. So, you'll probably see that video coming soon. And on the other end of the financial scale, I spent around $31 last month. About $1 in listing fees and then $30 in advertising, $1 a day. So I broke about even, which feels good and also feels bad. I'm like, wow, I made a sale. Finally, I'm doing something. But then I'm also like, wow, I made a sale just to pay for the amount it costs to operate. It can be very frustrating to sit here and feel like I'm doing all of this just to break even. I know that's not the case. I know that's not true, because I enjoy crocheting and doing all these things, but one thing that I find a lot of artists don't really talk about, at least crochet artists in the business, let me rephrase that, artists in general talk about it, is that burnout and disillusionment that kind of happens. I adore crocheting. It picked me up when I was in a very, very dark place, and I've been doing it since. It got me through living with an abusive partner for a full year and a half. It got me through some major life-altering events where I've lost most of my social circle. It's gotten me this whole new community of people to hang out with. Hell, even my LARP character, one of the major facts about her is that she is a crocheter. She's a hooker, as everyone jokes. So, I'm never going to fall out of love with crochet. But I know for a fact that I will have moments I love doing it, and like I'm really in the zone and I'm enjoying what I'm making and I'm excited to make something really exciting. And there will be moments where I feel like I have to do it. I feel like I need to get something done, and I'm not doing it because I love the craft. I'm doing it because I have a list and it's something on the list. And I don't like that feeling. It happens a good amount, especially like with filming content and stuff. It happens and I get really frustrated with it. And I'm like, wow, this feels less than fun. So let me just sit here and crank it out. And I know a major part of that for me is work-life balance. I am really, really bad at work-life balance. This is a running thing that I've been trying to work on. I get up at 8 or 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. right now. I started work 4 minutes ago. I then, when I was first starting out, I would work from 9 until 1, take a 30-minute break to an hour break for lunch, because I couldn't eat and cook and crochet. I would work from 2 to 7, take another hour break, so that way I could eat and cook. And then I'd work from 8 until midnight or 1 a.m. And then I'd go to bed exhausted and wake up and do it again. That is how I started my crochet career. I already ran a shop where I sold my basic knitting goods. And so that had been my work schedule for knitting too. And so I just transferred it over to my crochet. And I was all in all the time. And that was just what I did. And over time, it became more and more kind of a chore. And so I've been trying to do better. I still work 9 to 1-ish, take a break. 2 to like 5 to 7-ish. And then around then, I switch over and try to do stuff for me. And it helps the days I manage to do it. Some days, I'm just on autopilot and I just cannot put the work down and my brain will not let it rest. But putting that kind of boundary there of, oh, I'm off the clock, has really been helpful. Yes, I love crochet, but I need to love it like it's a job, because it is my job now, which is something that I forget a lot of the time. So, breaking even is really, really exciting in that I'm not in the red for a month. And getting out of the red is the main goal. I want to break even so I can just keep doing my craft and keep sustaining it and know people love my art, or to fully make a profit. That is my 2 goals. Hopefully when we sell at craft fairs next year, which I'm going to bring you guys along for-ish, I'll be able to kind of make some profit and hopefully make back what I've spent so far. But until then, breaking even's the goal. Sure, I'd love to be able to say, look at how much I've made, look at these numbers, it's incredible, look at all this. But that's not going to be realistic for everybody's business journey. And that's okay, because you and I can kind of sit and talk like this, and we'll learn from whatever mistakes I've made. I had a goal list for September. It did not get stuck to. It did not get stuck to. A lot kind of happened in September, because a lot happens to me every month, always. To the point where I'm going to be constantly scheduled for October. And I had a lot of socialization. I had multiple LARPs to attend. which I attend the LARPs, yes, to play, but also they're a form of advertisement. All the people I've gotten commissions from have been LARPers, which has helped. So I had a lot of stuff to finish for that because I needed to have, nope, let me rephrase that. I wanted to have LARP pieces to kind of show what I could do, and it seemed to have help where people were like, oh wow, you made that. Oh god, okay, that's a thing I could get. Wow. So I put a lot of other things on the back burner. This month, my hope is I have a lot of works in progress. I also have a lot of traveling to do. Significantly less than when we last talked. Some things got readjusted. I was going to go see my boyfriend for a longer period. Not going to do that because such and such happened and he has a possible thing to go do. But I still see him for part of the month. So I want to work on getting whips off of hooks so that come November and December, when I have these long periods, I can focus on listing everything and cranking out inventory. So I think for October, my goal is I have a balloon dog I want to finish. I have a crop top. I have an extra cardigan I can just see looking over there. I have a sweater on the floor beside me. I want to do that and just crank out some plushies. I think that's going to be my end goal. All in all, I think my business is going pretty well. I have an official license. I have business cards. I have a website. I have an Etsy. I have multiple 5-star reviews. I have multiple fans in real life, yes, but they come up and they tell me how much they enjoy my art. From the person who commissioned the scarf, she ended up loving it, to my boyfriend being like, of course I'm going to commission you. Duh. To my own mom who's made purchases. I've got people who support me. And that's all I can ask. I'm grateful for that. And I think that it's going to be okay. And I think at the year mark, I'm going to look back on this time and I'm going to be like, wow, so much has changed and changed for the better. For now, I think I'm going to get back to freehanding this sweater that's also part of the whip pile. It's Lion Brand Mandala, weight 3. This has this kind of outward flounce because it's made to go directly underneath my boobs. Because duh. But we're kind of going out. I'm going to cuff it at the end. I think it'll be a cute sweater in general. It's the colorway Peacock. So, I'm going to get back to documenting what I've done on that sleeve, which was, I think, 2 rows in this video. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to support me, you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. In the comments, tell me, what are you working on? Are you a small crochet business owner? Are you a small art business owner in general? Do you have any advice for me? I may not find it applicable, but I'd love to still hear it so I can try and understand what it's like for more successful people. I want to learn from experts. If you would like to see my artwork, you can go to my Etsy or my Square site down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.